Hey everybody, welcome back, Falcon 60 seconds. Today's a different type of day. We're not doing any challenge. I'm not gonna handicap myself with a challenge. Today we're gonna do Apocalypse regularly. We're gonna be playing this, however, in the Fat Man normal difficulty because you know what? Today I'm feeling pretty good. Today I got the Rocky Balboa winning spirit in me. The never give up, never say die. Overcome every sort of obstacle imaginable. I want to beat the game on camera legitly. That means we're going to grab everybody that we can. We'll try to grab all the important items and go forward with that, and we'll see how it goes. But today I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to jinx it just now, because the game seems to be now self-aware. Whenever I'm recording, it tries to do its best to troll me, every sort of way imaginably. And I'm not going to allow it this time around. I mean, I really have no say in it, so to say. But I'm going to try to actually beat it. So, all that said and done, let's get in here. Fat Man, begin adventure. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's see here. We have water, insecticide spray. We have some bullets over here. Water, scout magazine. I'm almost feeling like we should grab water, magazine, and then we run to the insecticide. So let's grab this. There's a flashlight. Let's grab this really quickly as well. Let's grab the insecticide spray. Okay, we're good. So we have some pretty good items right now. Timmy's right here. There's a rifle right there as well. Radio is telling me to pick up the radio. Well, that would make sense. So we'll try to pick that up as well, as long as we can find it. I'm seeing Timmy over there. I saw the daughter. Oh, daughter and Dolores are together. So we'll grab her really quickly, along with the radio, which apparently is telling us to pick it up. Let's grab Timmy right now since he's right here. I see the map as well. We might as well try to grab the map. All right, good. We got the gas mask as well. Perfect. Let's keep going forward. We need to grab Dolores still. I see the medkit, but again, we're going to try to avoid that medkit. Oh, Dolores, you have water too. Perfect. We'll grab water. Okay, remember, one of the big things that I do, that I mess up on, is I usually forego rations to get the important items. But this time around, we do need some rationing as well. Grab this and this. There's a fire axe. Oh, it's on the other side. No. Okay, water. I guess I'll grab the checkerboard because it's here. Let's keep going forward. Are we gonna have enough time? Enough time? Oh, there's a fire axe. I don't think we can grab that can. No? Okay, that's pretty much all we're gonna do. Alrighty, I don't think that went too bad. Let's see what we're kind of missing here. Alrighty, so let's see here. Day 1. We have good water supply for once. We have a lot of food. Well, not really too much food, but we have like, what, 3 cans? I left the medicated behind. Bullets doesn't really matter too much. Cards, maybe not too... You know, we've had that event where you needed the cards to get out of here as well, but hopefully this time around we don't need it. So we're missing bullets, cards, and the medkit. Other than that, it seems like we have everything else though, right? I am liking this run. I am liking it. Let's see what we have here. Day 1, basically same old thing. Nothing's gonna really happen the first day. We'll talk about the cans. Cans is our life. Can is love. Can is life. Can is Shrek. Shrek myself, whatever. Day 2 is what we're looking forward to here to right now. Alright, Ted, you're looking a little bit grungy there, but that's okay. Everybody else seems to be okay for now. As long as we could avoid any sort of bullshit event early on where it ruins like multiple items, I think we should be okay. Time to ration supplies. I would not do that right now. I can send people out there right now. I do have the gas mask, but I'm trying to hold on to that. Maybe we'll get the event where we have the supply drop with the gas mask, and then that'll be a guaranteed 2 water and 2 food. So there is that. Oh! Speak of the devil. Alrighty, so supply drop, perfect. Let's go ahead and use our gas mask for this one. This will get us 2 more water and 2 more food without any sort of consequence. Check it out, guys. My gas mask is still in one piece. Oh, I never knew that you could, not ruin the gas mask in a run. Let's read this for once. The airdrop crate we found wasn't exactly huge, but it contained a few supplies that will definitely help us. We were especially happy to find some water bottles and food cans. For a minute, we thought it was canned meat, but then we found that it was tomato soup. Our theory is that this whole country used to run in tomatoes and no one suspected a thing. But as you can see, we didn't ruin our gas mask. This is an amazing start right now. A lot of food, a lot of rations. The only thing, again, we're missing is the medkit and the cards and the bullets, but I could live without that. I definitely can. So let's see here. You guys want water? I'll give you water in day 5. By the way, I've been doing some experimentation off camera here. Day 3 doesn't have anything bad for us, which is good. So we'll continue going forward. I've been doing some experimentation off camera. Water every 5 days? Legitimately. We had a run a while back where I died thinking, you guys must have seen that in the video. I edited it out, or I edited it in the piece where I gave them water a day before the multiple of 5. And then when I died, I was like, wait a minute, rah, rah, rah. No. I gave them water a day beforehand, so that was my bad. If I stick to the plan here of water every 5 days, we should be fine. Food? People told me 10 days. Not true. Not true at all. The food thing is actually more variable related, and we'll see more as we go along, but I've kind of pinpointed it in a bit. I feel that 7 days seems to be pretty decent for food. At least off camera, I've been doing some testing, so I'm going to try to go with 7 days for food, and then 5 days for water for sure. Now, the thing is here, I have to remember, Falcon, when did you give him water? When did you give him food? We got to keep that in track. If I don't keep that tracking, then that's going to be a problem for us. So, day 4, nothing just yet. Nobody's going out there right now. We were never huge fans of mushrooms, but with a colony of them growing on one of the walls, no, we're not going to eat mushrooms from the walls. That's a bad idea. Day 5. So today will be water day. And then food will be day 7. So for now, everybody's fine. What I've noticed about food, by the way, one of the things that I think hurt me a lot in my past runs, at least like the last 2 runs, when people were telling me to feed them every 10 days, I got sick really often because it does seem that food is related to sickness. I noticed that if you go on a few days without actually giving them food, you did get sick more often, like legitimately, like 3 people getting sick just for no reason whatsoever. And I don't think RNG's gonna screw you that bad. So I think that was partially in part of me not giving them food that often. So again, I've been doing some experimentation off camera just to kind of figure this out. But today is water day for sure. Food is gonna be on day 7. And let's see, nobody's going out there right now. And we've discussed everything we could and no one is willing to chat anymore. We're gonna listen to the radio over here. Let's make sure we don't break that radio, because remember, when we were running around grabbing items, the thing was yelling at me to pick up the radio, so that could be something that's gonna get us out of here for sure. Alrighty, so let's see here. Day 6. How fortunate we took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. And let's see here. Mary Jane is fine, Timmy's fine, Dolores is fine, and Ted is fine. Nobody's telling me about anything about hunger in day 6, which is actually pretty surprising. Ring ring. Nope, we're not gonna go out there. I've read some comments where people are like, Falcon, why don't you go check out that telephone? Nothing ever good comes out of it. I've gone out there and usually it's like a pre-recorded message or something like that, but it's never been like another actual person on the other line of that phone. So that's the reason why I usually ignore that one. Day 7 today is going to be feeding day. Mary Jane is quite hungry. That would make sense. It's been 7 days without food. That's a whole week right there. And Timmy seems okay, but I'm still going to feed him because I want to make sure everybody's down in food in 7 days and everybody's drinking water every 5 days. Because if I start feeding one person and not the other one, I start losing track, and then that's where we lose people because, you know, Falcon cannot multitask in his head. So today's going to be food day for everybody. There you go. Alrighty, we're not going to go out there just yet as well. Speaking of which, going out there, actually, I've noticed, again, off-camera testing, you tend to attract raiders more often than you go out there. So, I mean, not raiders. Well, maybe they're raiders, maybe they're just, you know, bad people, bandits, whatever. But the more times you go out, the higher risk you run of actually getting noticed by bandits out there. So it's not necessarily, unless you're really hurting for items, probably not the best case to send people out there too often, even if the radiation isn't around anymore. So, you know, I've been over here doing some MLG pro no scope everything off camera, trying to, you know, understand this game even better. We played I Spy, that's okay. Water, no. Day 10 is gonna be water, and then we'll probably start feeding people again. Maybe day 14, but maybe even a little bit before. I'm gonna have to start reading the blogs, the daily blogs in a sense, as to who's hungrier than who. Let's see here. We have a leakage going on in the ventilation system, so we're gonna use the Boy Scout magazine. Usually that's the one that's the good one for it. There is an RNG chance with that one as well that you could still get sick, even though you plug up the hole with the Boy Scout magazine or whatever the issue is. You could still get sick from it, but, you know, the Boy Scout magazine seems to be the best situation item for that. So let's see here. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Water, water, and water. Nobody's telling me anything about hunger right now in day 9, which is good. So day 10, we are giving them water once again. It's very difficult to prepare for the unforeseen consequences. Yeah, well, you're telling me. But I'm prepared this time, man. I'm telling you. Rocky Balboa. Hey, maybe I'll fight Apollo or maybe I won't. That's me today. I'm not sure why it sounds like I have brain damage, but again, Rocky Balboa was boxing for a long time, taking hits to the head, so that would probably explain it a little bit here. Day 10, alrighty. Water. How you guys doing in food? Nothing's telling me about anything about food, which is good. So day 10. Oh, of course. Here is my fear that I talked about. Remember what I said? If we could avoid this bullshit event early on, we'd be fine. And there it is, day 10. It actually waited a few extra days to screw me this time around. We're going to obviously keep the radio because that was the important item based when we were running around grabbing items. So we'll keep that in mind. We're going to lose the gas mask, which is unfortunate. We can fix that with the Boy Scout magazine down the line. The flashlight hurts only for the fact that this run, I also wanted to save Pancake, assuming we got that event. Because I've saved Pancake off camera now. I know how to go about it. So unfortunately, losing the flashlight is step 1 of getting Pancake. So without the flashlight, we can't go down that path anymore, which is unfortunate, but so be it. I will go ahead and save the radio. With my luck, knowing this game, probably a day or two from now the radio is going to break down by itself too. I just know how this game works sometimes. So yeah, we lost the flashlight and the gas mask. It's unfortunate, but so be it. Mary Jane Zaya could use a little food. Timmy's fine. Dolores is fine. And Ted is hungry. So, daughter and father a little bit hungry, but not yet. Not just yet, guys. Soon, but not yet. It's time we stop wondering about what's going on and start asking questions. We will check out the radio. Maybe we'll hear something about the government. And then we'll go from there. Now, mind you, I've also, off camera, again, I've been doing a lot of testing. I keep harping back onto that. I've had issues where I think I'm being in touch with the government, or I'm hearing news about the government. It ends up being the bandits just posing as the government. So even if I think I'm over here doing a lot of progress with them, it might not be the case, especially when they're telling you to drop your guns and stuff like that. Usually a bad sign, I would say. Mary Jane is quite hungry, Timmy's hungry, Dolores is hungry, Ted's hungry, okay. But apparently, according to our radio announcement, it is a lot safer to go outside now, which is good. We probably could start sending people out there now, just because we're not necessarily in dire need of food or water. But if we could send Timmy out there, or anybody else, we could probably hopefully pick up the flashlight again, and we could still do the pancake event. Or maybe even a medkit would be pretty nice. So, there is that option. Timmy is quite enthusiastic about the trip. Dolores is in pretty good shape, and Wasteland is no match for Mary Jane. I'm going to keep Mary Jane inside because I would like to turn her into the mutant, because then she becomes quite a bit of a baller. But no, nobody out just yet. I'm going to give you guys water and food before I send somebody out right now. So, let's go over to day 13, find out how we're looking over here. No random bullshit illnesses just yet as well, so that's good. Makes me feel pretty good. I almost feel like giving them water, or I mean not water, but food now. It's going to be one day before day 14, which is what I originally said. But again, the food thing isn't really done in a give them food and they're okay for a while. The food thing is actually, I've been reading in the comments, somebody's been really specific about it, where it's kind of like a percent bar in a sense that runs in the background. And you give them food and it's going to kind of fill it up a little bit. But if they're still, say, below, like, let's guesstimate here. Or just use our imagination here. Like, say their bar is filled like 50%, it's still going to tell you that they're hungry because they're not at 100% just yet. So that's the reason why food is a bit more variable than water. Water you can do every 5 days and you'll be fine, but food, kind of a different type of spectrum here. So I'm going to wait till day 14, sure, why not? Timmy can do it, Timmy can go to the Wasteland. So, Timmy, you are feeling good about this, huh? I'm going to send you out there, son. So, hey. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny shelter, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. We will listen to the radio, maybe we'll get some good news here, maybe we won't. And of course, only because I said we're going to send somebody out there doesn't mean we have to send them out right now on day 14. We can still just backtrack out of that. We knew it, the government is not fallen and they're coming to save us. They didn't exactly give us dates on the radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. Alrighty. And then everybody's hungry. Good. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and feed everybody now. Timbo, you are going to go out there, son. I know I needed to give you water on day 15. So maybe we just hold off one more day and then send them out on day 15 after I give him water. Because I know if I send him out without water now, he might run the risk of actually not coming back, you know? So let's actually hold off on the day 14 scavenge and we'll do day 15 instead. Everybody is still in one piece. Perfect. Nobody's sick. Everybody's looking pretty good. Fed you guys yesterday. You guys are still hungry. And that's what I meant about the food thing. Even though I fed them just yesterday, they're still hungry because of that, you know, imaginary bar you kind of have to use your imagination for here. But today we're doing thirst. Thirst for sure. Alrighty. And Timmy's in good health and full of optimism. I like that. That sounds pretty good. So, Timmy, you're going to be going out on day 16. And it is also Timmy's birthday, which is good. So I'm going to give him the Boy Scout magazine. I hope him reading this magazine makes him like a better scavenger in a sense. He's going to be ready for the wasteland. His birthday was coming up. I gave him a magazine. I gave him a gift. I gave him water. Timmy, do not fail me, my son, because right now we have a chance of actually pulling this through. We have a lot of items too. So, good. Hopefully you like the handbook. And hungry, 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 and hungry. Hungry hippos all around. Let's go ahead and not feed anybody else. We went with food on day 14, so we could probably push it. I wouldn't say day 21 now. I would probably think maybe we have fed him on 14, maybe day 20 along with water. That's what I'm thinking right now. So Timmy, get on out of here, my son. Do good for me. Do amazing. Day 17. What do we have here? Alright. Mary Jane Zaya used a little food. Timmy went out to the wasteland. Dolores is not eating for a while. Ted's stomach is rumbling. I also wonder if the hunger thing also has to do with these messages. Like, I wonder if rumbling means like you're getting a lot closer to the edge and you're about to break because everything you say to me. I always go into Linkin Park. I don't even like Linkin Park, to be honest with you, but I heard that song so much growing up that it's just stuck. It's part of my genetic makeup in a sense now. It's really weird. Keep going forward. Mutated rodents are no joke. We are going to use an axe. I've messed around with that event off camera without actually using a weapon. They don't really hurt you, but they actually steal your food, so that's the negative event of not actually killing the rats. Alrighty, bad rats. By the way, speaking of bad rats, does anybody actually own bad rats on their Steam account? Come on, be honest. If you own bad rats, post it in the comments. No lying, it's fine. You probably got it for like 5 cents, and, you know, I don't blame you for getting it for 5 cents. Why wouldn't you not get bad rats for 5 cents? Either way, Mary Jane is quite hungry. Can we spare some water? Alright, so thirsty is what's coming up soon as well. Let's keep going forward for now. There isn't a lot of space down here. We can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today, we revealed the hole. We felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? This one is problematic. I'll tell you why right now. If I check it out, I have the option, positive by the way, of getting 1 food. What's the negative option? A lizard runs out and breaks your radio. Really bad. If I ignore it, I have to imagine what's going to happen is we're going to get sick. Right? I've never ignored it. I've always gone with it. And this one really worries me a lot. Because 3 people getting sick because of the smell could be pretty bad. Especially with no medikit. But if we check it out and that thing breaks my radio, we're boned. So I'm going to ignore it. And I'm going to hope we don't get sick, but I can't really promise anything. Alright, nobody's sick. That's good to see. We decided to ignore the hole, the stench, and anything that might happen because of it. We've taken enough risk already. We ended up feeling a bit unwell, and later on we heard something moving in the hole. A few hours after that, the smell was gone. Well, that's good. You know, the smell was only there for a while, so hopefully it's not a long-term effect here. I almost feel like, you know what? I'm gonna give him food now. I wanted to wait till day 20, but let's be honest here. I don't necessarily want to run a risk of just somebody dying on me right now, because we're doing pretty good. And Timmy's still out there, and he might come back with a lot of food. We don't know yet. So I'll feed him now. Day 20, we'll give him water. Now, the important thing here to realize is, Falcon, remember when you gave people items. That's what I have to remember right now. Timmy, what'd you got there and get? Oh, you got a lot of water, I think. Because I see a jug now. Alrighty. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back. One of our neighbors had a boat on his own. The old-timer wasn't happy to let anyone use it and just kept it in his yard. It's still there, but the neighbor isn't. We finally got a chance to get a look inside. Since the ocean is pretty salty, keeping a supply of drinkable water on board was a pretty reasonable precaution to take. Excellent, so we got 2 water from that, and that's about it. So he just went out there to get water. You know, I would have liked the medkit for sure, and maybe even the flashlight, but 2 water is still 2 water, so... The only thing that's really hurting right now is food. We're gonna be pretty low on food for a while here soon. But everybody gets water right now. So, and Timmy is not gonna be ready to go out for a while too, so that worries me a little bit. But water is good for now. Timmy, I gave you water, Timmy, and food before you left, so I think you should be here fine for a second. Let's find out of his situation here. Hungry, and he's really tired. So he's not asking for water. So could I forgo 1 extra day? 1 extra water for Timmy? Or should we just do it now? We do have extra water, but he's not asking for it. He's asking for food. We can't do food anymore, because if we do food, that's what we're looking at here. Enough for 1 more feed for everybody else, and then 1/4 for somebody. So we can't do food just yet. He's not asking for water, though, so I won't give him water because he's not asking for it. I hope I'm making the right decision here. Dolores is confident she will survive outside, and here's the thing, we need food. And Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland. I'm gonna send one of them out. I think we have to. Oh, hey, good. Today the music from the radio stopped abruptly, and instead we got to listen to a transmission from the army. We were almost halfway to the door when they started talking about evacuation, but it turns out there is something we need to do first. All survivors were asked to leave a sign that we're alive somewhere in the area. Good. We have the map, we'll go out there and we'll leave the message in the bottle. And you know me, I can't really pass up a Christina Aguilera and ex-Tina reference, so you know, if you wanna be with me. Okay, that's as far as we're going with that one. And genie in a bottle. Okay, now we're really done. I had to get it out of my system. A quick glance at the map gave us the information we required. We left them a message in a bottle. Alrighty, so we've made contact again. looking pretty good. Food is hurting, yes, but everything else is not looking too bad. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Timmy should eat something, and he's also thirsty now. So he got thirsty a day after. That's pretty bad because it throw me off a little bit. So we might have to give him water on day 25 as well with everybody else, so it doesn't break up the pattern that we have going here. And let's see, Dolores is not eating for a while. Ted's stomach is hungry. We gave you guys food on day 19, so I'll try to mediate this a little bit. But we're sending Ted out, aren't we? Alrighty, Ted. Before you get out of here, I will give you some food. Yeah, I just gave you water yesterday too, so you should be fine about that one, right? Yeah, he's just hungry. I'm gonna give you food before you get out of here. Come back with some good supplies, Ted, please. Alrighty. Day 22. I don't want to jinx it, guys, but... Uh-oh. Mary Jane, you're looking pretty haggard right there. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're doing okay. You know what? People told me as well that apparently if I use the cross on the map, you might have a better chance of finding stuff. So if that's the case, I will mark the map right here. And we're also going to mark the end of this episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like to support. Doesn't mean a lot. Come back tomorrow. We'll try to wrap it up then and hopefully, finally, get rescued with the entire family, which would be amazing. I will catch you next time.